Appreciate you guys. For the Midday Sports Report, the name is Law Nation. Come on. Hey. Let me know if my audio is straight. Mic check 1, 2, and 3. Let's go. Just our thoughts, just our opinions of the nation, or for the nation, plus more. Come on. Watch how that flute come in at, and that bass and those snares. Let me know if that's gonna be a clarinet or a flute. Woo. That mug go hard, that bass line. Yeah, for your mind. Here you go. Let me know if that's a flute or a clarinet. Let's go. Here you go. Yeah. That go hard, Cowboy Nation. Let's go. Yeah. Bear with me while I'm setting up. I'm almost finished, Cowboy Nation. Like I said, the name is Law Nation. Let's continue to grind and shine. Let's go. All right. Shout out to the HBOs and the SGs. Salute to everybody that follow and support this channel. Appreciate you one way or another. Let's continue to grind and shine. Yeah. Remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Yeah. All right, Cowboy Nation, really appreciate you guys for tuning in. When you see this cut, y'all know I'm about to hit the road or jump on the plane, baby. I will be out there when they throw on those pads. Y'all know how it goes. That flute, Asmodeus. Yeah, that flute coming in. What? That flute come in, it just kills it, right? It just set the mood, Appreciate you, Horace. Appreciate you for jumping in and being part of the nation, Cowboy Nation. I can't wait to get out there to give you guys my feelings, my thoughts, my I guess, raw emotions. He'll say that's a clarinet. So whatever it is, man, they came in with the thunder with it, huh? Y'all let me know if my audio's straight. Let me see if I can get you guys on like that. Yeah. LBO, appreciate you so much for jumping in. I know you guys may be busy. If y'all busy, I can roll up out of here. But if you guys got a little time for your mind, then I can stay put. Ain't this right? Ashley, appreciate you so much for your love and adulations and all your support. Now the AI is not going to speak because you didn't put nothing down below, but I really appreciate you. Appreciate you so much. Yeah, you got the fresh cut. You know how it is. Brother's gonna try to be Hollywood. When you look good, you try to, you smell good. You're gonna play good. You're gonna do all of that good stuff. So I'm gonna report good too. So that's how this thing gonna rock and roll. Now I didn't get a chance to listen to the full presser. So what we're gonna do, if you guys don't mind, we're gonna play the presser. We're going to get into that details. But before we get into it, I would like to say that this team is different. Let me repeat. This team is just flat out different. It's different. And I love it because these guys are knowing that they got a focused mind. And I like what some commenters said, that it seems as if though we got two head coaches, one being Mike McCarthy and the other being, dare I say, DQ. That's what they calling him nowadays, right? DQ, Dan Quinn, So it always goes a wonderful way when you have that type of leadership, that type of presence out there. But neither here nor there. Let's see if we can listen.
Well, hopefully this concludes the the 5-day period that you have to go through as far as bringing players in.
Have you made the move? Because you have to make a roster move to get him on, right?
Correct.
Y'all done that yet?
Not yet. You guys will be the first to know.
Yeah.
Things take a little slower these days.
Can y'all hear that? Can y'all see Mike McCarthy to my left or to the right of your screen there? Let me know if you guys can see that, and we can get this thing going. Also, it's reported that Hooker might sign today, and he will be out there tomorrow. What do you know? Practice will be at 3 o'clock, and your brother from another mother, no other like Danny Glover, will be there as well. So let's go. Everything's good. Yeah, appreciate you. Shout out to you, Michael, Randy, and Kelvin on the Facebook group. Appreciate you.
As we know, with the process, just with the protocol.
You talked a little bit about him the other day, but with Donovan Wilson, what did you learn about him throughout last season, and how did he carry that over into the offseason?
I think Donovan's a great example of of a player and a coach. You just have the opportunity to work together. Obviously a young player that did some good things, but when he was given his chance as a starter, he was super productive. Frankly, he was probably our most productive defensive perimeter player, especially attacking the football. His instincts and his awareness and his ability to go separate the ball carrier or the receiver from the ball is unique. So, and he obviously did it. He played the same way in college. I recall, he was that way at A&M. But he's definitely someone that can reckon with. He's a really good pressure player, and we probably need to give him more opportunities to do that. So, these are some of the things we're working on. But I thought he was definitely one of the players that really jumped out as the season went on and the opportunities that he was given.
That is instinctive and also film work, study, and that kind of thing.
It's always a combination of both. But he's, like I said, he played that way in college. I do recall him being someone that generated takeaways, and definitely he was our best player in that area last year.
Y'all hear that? A show of hands of other people that already knew that Donovan Wilson was our better safety last season before they even started to say, well, Xavier Woods this and Darian Thompson that and Stephen Parker that and Brandon Uscar this and that and all of that stuff, right? We knew that from our small evaluation for the nation. Yeah, so Reggie Dunn, won't you lean forward just a little bit? Yeah, right there. Get out of here with that crap. Well, we'll give you a couple licks and you can just stay here. And because I know for sure you're not a Cowboys fan, but it's all good. We welcome all, You get your lashes over here. But it is what it is. The mod's not going to throw you out, unless you say something that's distasteful and you do personal attack. So we welcome all trolls, by the way. Just call in, so you can talk to me. We'll have the call-in number out there available shortly. But neither here nor there. This is the situation, Cowboy Nation. I can't wait to see this defense formulate all together. I'm looking at it like this. Dan Quinn, I know we look at Atlanta Falcons defense, and you would naturally say, well, that is the Dallas Cowboys defense. No. Dan Quinn was not the defensive coordinator in the end-all, be-all as it relates to just being on the defensive side with the Atlanta Falcons. But over here, he is.
Zach practicing today?
Yes, I think Zach will be out there. Yep.
Interested in Hooker, is that just an opportunity to add another player, or did you need something with the safety? I
think it's clearly an opportunity to add another excellent player. This is something that we visited on back in, I don't recall his visit, maybe it was March. We had a chance to bring him in, and he's completed his rehab. And
right.
I think like any time you have a chance to just continue to build the competition on your roster. If it works out for both sides, you definitely take advantage of that.
Define roles at your safety. Is Donovan more of a free and Hooker and Kazi more strong? I mean, I'm Donovan more strong and Hooker and Kazi more free. Or how do you?
Really, just talking with Dan this morning, I think this is really what training camp's about. Working through the different calls. We had the opportunity to practice 3 times, had an off day. So one of the things the defensive staff went through, just going through each call, because just the way our defensive roster is lined up right now, we're going to have to really be on top of packages for players and matchups, and conceptually make sure that.
Appreciate you so
Let's
much,
go
Tiff.
Cowboys, Blue Heart, DC4L, Speedy, this is our year, star.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Appreciate you so much, Tiff. Man, all of the hard work never goes unseen. And I'm looking at what you are doing for the nation. I really appreciate you so much, Tiffany. Thank you for your love and adulations, as well as anyone else that support this channel. I really appreciate those. And shout out to those who out there giving the stars. I see you, Michael Wood. Appreciate you for giving the stars out there to help me out in so many ways, so I can get these fresh cuts over here and also give you guys the unbelievable Cowboys experiences as relates to news reporting from the underground level. Really appreciate it. My thing is they threw this question at let me see, off the grid. Appreciate you off the grid, getting my law fixed on. Okay, appreciate you. I thought you said fix something. Okay, we all good. Great. They threw this question at Michael McCarthy about, hey, is Malik Hooker the strong safety, the free safety? Is Donovan Wilson more of a strong safety, or is he a free? I'm thinking that Donovan Wilson got positional flex. He can play down inside the box, and then he can play at that top safety on top of the roof, is what we call it over here. He can play on top of the roof. Now, when you're talking about DeMonte KZ, you don't want that brother inside the box. No, 176 pounds. No. I'll throw Lance Satchel inside the box. Hill, I see you. I throw Jonah Hill inside the box. But I would not throw, or KD, but I'm not going to throw DeMonte KZ down inside. Only if it's a known passing situation and you got, now guys that got range that can cover grass, right? And my thing is, now that would not be an issue. Let me repeat, that would not be an issue, because on certain suits, let's go with it. Appreciate you, Tyler. Appreciate you so much. What we got over here? Yeah, appreciate you so much for your love and adulations for the nation. Thank you so much for your support. So this is what I'm looking at, Cowboy Nation. In a possible passing down situation, you would have Hooker and DeMonte KZ out there. Maybe in a situation whereas you got some positional flex, you still even have Donovan Wilson. All 3 of those guys out there. And on known running situations and packages, hey, your boy DeMonte KZ, he's gone. He's up out of there. But he still got heart. Don't get it twisted. He will come down and fill, even at 176 pounds. Not like Xavier Woods. Not to throw any salt or shade or dirt on him, but he checked out.
Hopefully it fits the player's skill set the best we possibly can.
Having Zach Martin's all-pro talent back is one thing, but can you talk about having his mentality back in the huddle, even here in training camp, and what it means?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, this is where the continuity, the cohesiveness, the bonds are built, especially in that offensive line room, especially in the defensive line room. I mean, that's where it starts. And, I think you'll see, I'm anticipating seeing really good energy today because the pads are coming. We all have time clocks in this training camp environment, and, it's time to get going. We've had, 3 install practices where we've been able to do a lot of teaching, get a lot of drill work done, really focusing on the football as much as we possibly can. The game management, we've done more of that for the first 3 practices than the norm. But, we're really starting to get into some more football situations. And I think especially with the pads coming on tomorrow, I think the heightened importance of the O-line and D-line play is definitely shows up when you do put those pads on. And Zach is obviously a key, the personality you're looking for in there.
Hey, my dog over here, Jay Worthy, said, what time you fly out, man? I'll be at the Love Field Airport at 4 a.m. That's Central Texas time for your mind. Y'all know the nation never sleep, so I'll be at the airport at 4 a.m. And the flight flies out around 6, and I'll make it to Oxnard early in the morning. Actually, I fly into L.A. and to live and die in L.A., baby. And we'll pick up the rental, and then we'll drive up to Oxnard. That's my plans for the upcoming future, if the Lord is willing. So that's what we will be doing. From what he's talking about, when the pads come on, I know next year, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to look at the schedule and get out there before the pads, because I'm seeing now that they do a lot of good drills. They do a lot of one-on-ones and competing before the pads come on. And that way I will be used to the terrain and these sorts if everything is allowed next season. Hopefully next season they will free up some things and it won't be no more pandemic stuff, and everything else will be fine and dandy, and we'll be out there. Let's go with it.
The different packages, I mean, rather having a guy out there, leaving him out there, you talked about doing that at linebacker with different roles for guys, and certainly at safety and even on the defensive line. Is that more about the talent you have, or certain guys not lacking one thing and is stronger for others, or is that just the way football is now?
Well, I think it's a combination of both. You don't want to ever sit up here and say, hey, you're preparing for a bunch of injuries that come on, because injuries are part of the game. And the fact of the matter is the concepts need to run through your defensive schemes, but matchups are prevalent, especially when you get into big-time games. I mean, you play the big-time offenses, and we have a number on our schedule. The matchups will be critical in the game planning process. So, we don't wait to the regular season to get into that. That's a big part of, to me, is why the off-season program is so important. To get out here, especially in year one with your defense, the movement, the identification, the communication, the stress points that every defensive coverage has, no different than the stress points that every offensive protection has. I mean, this is why we do these things, and I always love training camp because, both sides are in an install phase, and sometimes you can't avoid it, that the offense has a better, much better play call than the defensive scheme, and vice versa. And those are the stress points and the situations that you can't create enough of those for your players, because they have to react accordingly and make sure we stay in a favorable play when that ball is snapped.
When the offseason first started, Leighton was really adamant about attacking the offseason. Physically, mentally, he wanted to make real strides. Several months now later, what have you seen from him?
I think Leighton's clearly hit the target in that area. I mean, he's definitely, and we had a number of them. He was one of the players that was here the whole offseason.
All right. Look. So he's already out there. Shout out to you, Sadiqa, and shout out to you, Miss Jackie. She's always hit me up with great content and information. We all love you, Miss Jackie. Thank you so much every morning, giving me quality feedback and praise as it relates to have you prayed this morning and what all went all throughout the day and these sorts of things and how you feeling and how you doing. I love that. Shout out to Miss Jackie, always sending me great information, by the way. So is he already out there, Malik Hooker? I'm seeing that you guys are saying that Malik Hooker is wearing number 28. Now, that number is special. Y'all know that number is special. And you guys can put the reason why, down and below. That's the last time we did really had a great safety to play with that number. Y'all can post his name down below, by the way. But if he's wearing 28, I didn't want him to wear number 29. That's CJ Goodwin number. So I can't wait to see what he can do out there with number 28. So far, my NFL Game Pass, they're still doing the maintenance, so I can't give you guys the all 22 views of what Malik Hooker is able to do when healthy. But you guys just go to YouTube, type in Malik Hooker career highlights. And I'm not telling you guys to just watch the highlights, but it will at least open your mind up to the possibilities of what he can bring to the table and what we've been missing for not a short time, but for a long time.
Off season, he did a great job in the weight room. I think his body and his movement reflects that. The understanding of a new staff, and because anytime you have changes, you have language changes, and language is always the biggest challenge I've always felt in football, because what was this was that, and we whether you call it the same or slightly the same, it's usually different. That's part of the norm in this league. So being here and getting the communication down, because obviously as a decision maker in the defense, his communication is a primary responsibility for Leighton.
The other day about injury prone or bad luck. Where would you put what's happened with him? Is it injury prone or is it bad luck?
Oh, I think Leighton's is bad luck. I just said.
Yes, so many people that counted out LVE. I'm looking for LVE to have a hell of a year this season, if healthy, right? But so many people counting them out, and I look at it and I sit back and I just watch the people commenting and saying that he's a wasteful pick. And remember, when he was drafted, I was the guy, me and Big Game James. We were sitting there like, oh no, don't draft him. But I ate crow for the entire rookie season. I ate a whole bunch of crows. Y'all remember I used to put the crow on the screen and everything. But I come here to tell you guys that Leighton Vander Esch, he fits perfectly what Dan Quinn wanting to do, and in conjunctions of you have Parson, and think about this, Keanu Neal in a situation where you flex him in and out, and having a designated role for number 9. Man, this thing can go far. It can. Charles said Felix Jones, y'all remember him when he wore 28. Felix was good until he started to eat all of those burgers and stuff. Came in looking like David Chappelle and then left out looking like a bowling ball with legs. But shout out to Felix Jones. He was one of my dogs over there. Just got too big during the off season because he wanted to gain some weight to to live through the moment of running with the ball, with the rock. But let's listen to more what he had to say.
I think when you look at the plays, I know when I came in here last year, just watching the injury against Philadelphia.
Oh, so he just signed the contract? Yes, so he's officially Hooker. Oh my goodness, appreciate you so much for the donations to help elevate the nation, Jay Worthy. Appreciate you so much for that. Money there, man.
Philadelphia,
appreciate you.
I think
I'm gonna let the AI speak, though.
Player getting caught in a bad position. So
there she go. She a little late.
Some extra spending money for my dog. Support.
Appreciate you so much, man.
This is Sparta!
Appreciate you so much for your love and adulations.
Yeah, I think that I think his situation is more bad luck.
The field conditions here, it's hard to
talk about that field condition
that's going on with players through the first 3 practices.
I think it's like anything. We're new to this playing field. I don't think it'd be any different if we went down the road 50 miles on a different field. So I think it's just the getting used to the marine layer burns off. I think the one we really only had one day where it hung a little longer than normal. I've been walking out here in the morning just to see the process. Because if I had, I would be practicing at 8 o'clock if it was up to me. But I know you have the marine layer, and you guys don't get up before 8. So I'm a flexible kind of guy. Don't forget that when things don't go so well. But I'm happy with the field.
Mike, what stood out to you about Kyron Brown, and why did y'all want to bring him in?
I'm sorry?
What stood out about Kyron Brown, and why did you want to bring him in?
Well, I just think, the first thing is, our numbers are not exactly there, and you're always looking. He had a very good workout. I know our personnel staff felt really good about him, so I think he gives us another young man to compete.
You do the 7-on.
Hold on, y'all hear that? Another young man to compete.
They changed my life.
I'm listening to the radio station too to see whether or not they're gonna talk about the Malik Hooker. So y'all bear with me.
5556.
They're still on commercial break over there. So is it breaking news that he just signed at this moment, or did he already sign and I'm just late to the punch? Y'all know I'm kind of late. I'm behind the 8 ball here. Yeah.
I don't don't know if it's 7-on-7 or 5-on-4, whatever you guys call it, but the scramble part of it.
7-on-7. Yeah.
When did you start incorporating the scramble aspect to it, and why is that important?
Well, the scramble aspect's always been part of my practice structure. I think it's like anything. Most things I do come from the view of the quarterback, but it's something that both sides need. And our defense needs the scramble component as much as the offense. So that's we've done scramble drills on air
and it
just with
seems
the
to be
offense.
there.
I've always done scramble
a little bit of the team
drills,
the team drills as the practice progresses. But when we get the pads on tomorrow, we might see some fire.
All right, get out there, Chop. Go
105.3
find out what's going on with Jordan Lewis for us, man.
Gentlemen, love you. Thanks for having me.
There he goes, RJ Choppy right there on 105.3 The Fan, live from Oxnard in the Lifetime's Heating and Air hot seat. I think we can do that again. We can do some more Ask the Fellas. Maybe we get Broadus on tomorrow and do some Ask Broadus when things get real physical. All right, coming up next, what's the jankiest facility or equipment you've ever had to overcome?
Okay, they ain't talking about it. I just had to jump in over there to see whether or not they're talking about it. You guys bear with me for a quick second right here. And let me see if I got a Twitter notification on this Malik Hooker signing. So y'all, I see it. Oh, yeah. Y'all see that? Let me go down right here. Let me pull this away. Boy, they're walking right in there. Yeah. Yeah, I can't play the music, though. But, look at him. Look at him. He just pacing off in there, Cowboy Nation. Shout out to John Machota with the information here. Let me see if I can blow it up a little bit bigger. Y'all can go to his Twitter page and check out Malik Hooker walking in there with the great number 28 on. This is fantastic, Cowboy Nation. Yeah, I mean, look, we've been looking and waiting for something like this for a long time. And I hope all is well. Not sitting here saying that he will recreate the wheel for crying out loud, but this is some good stuff. Y'all see that? Shout out to you, BD Gray. Appreciate you so much. Shout out to you, Richard. Appreciate you as well. So This is new to us, Cowboy Nation. This is new. I'm so happy. Y'all know I'm a defensive guy. I'm all on the defensive side of the coin. And anytime you can get somebody that can help out and to solidify the defense, especially as it relates to safety, man, I'm happy with this. And he's still young. How old is Malik Hooker? Y'all put that down in the comment box because I know he's not 28, 29. And if this thing can work its way out, come on, man. Come on. This can go a long way, not a short way. So, I can't wait. I definitely can't wait to see how all of this stuff can work its way out, especially as it relates to the Dallas Cowboys doing this. Shout out to you, Aaron. Shout out to you, Carlos. Yes. So, number 28, make 28 look great again out there on the field, and appreciate Malik Hooker if he can just get his hands on the ball, stay healthy, and make this thing go the right way. Cowboy Nation, oh my goodness, we are on the right path. Appreciate everybody, man. Yeah.
Convert in team practices. I think it's important. You're in a team period. You have 22 guys working.
Let me just play this.
Defensive lineman beats
while Coach talk. I'm gonna just have that just playing loop.
Sack, but the whole play, shutting the whole play down, you're missing a great opportunity to convert it into scramble drill because the rush plan. The rushers have to transition rush. The offense have to react. They have to extend. 2.3 is the normal, the normal starting point of a play where things are all fitted. But big plays happen above 2.3 seconds in a play. So. And it happens so much more than you think it does. In the old days, you used to chart them. It was 4 plays a game. Now it's up to about 8 plays a game where the quarterback slides his feet in and out of the pocket, comes out of the pocket. So it's just, once again, train the way you play. It was an area that I would not say we graded out very well in last year, on both sides, both scramble phase, offensively and defensively. And it's a reflection that we're working on it more this year than probably I have in quite some years. So, but it's always been part of how I viewed the game of football, particularly from the quarterback position and stressing the defense side. We're practicing a little more.
Appreciate you, Miss Jessica. So she's saying that he's only 25 years of age. His birthday is April the 2nd. He's born in 1996. When the last time we won the Super Bowl? Oh, 95, 96 era. Yeah. So come on. Let's go, Cowboy Nation. That's the sign right there. I'm taking it all.
to script the unscripted in some respect, where guys know like there are rules in what they're doing. I guess it's not just freelancing and running around.
Well, I think the comparable would be to the fast break in basketball. I mean, you all look like hoopers here, so you all know what I'm talking about. It's fast break. There are principles to the lane and the spacing and what you're trying to accomplish. It's the exact same theory for the offense, because at the end of the day, you're trying to create a triangle for the quarterback. You got to create separation on the move. You're coming from different starting points in a scramble. The defense has to recognize it. The ability to plaster. There's always a home run opportunity usually in a scramble.
Y'all listen to Coach.
It's the fact that if you just sit down and look at all the touchdowns each and every year, scramble plays are a big part of touchdown production, especially in the red zone.
On Sunday, with Zach not practicing and Connor getting some breathers on the first team because of the center work, you're able to evaluate both Connor and Brandon working with the first team at guard. How do you feel both of those players showed with those opportunities?
I think they definitely have taken this step. I think it's like anything. When we get into the padded stuff and things heat up, we get into more of the fast break, the faster tempos at the line of scrimmage. So we want to stress that process, the cadence process out as much as possible, even for obviously our whole team, O&D. But that's the real test that those guys have to get getting more reps in that area.
On those lines in general, over the course of your experience, how have you found that there's player evaluation over the course of OTAs and mini camp, and then this first period of training camp when there's no pads? Like, how much can a player evaluation change, or someone that you think might be a certain level of player can change one way or the other when pads come on? Does that really sway?
I mean, it always has, and it always will. I mean, there's just certain guys look better in pads than they do without pads. I mean, that's the fact. That's why they're all different. I mean, they all have a certain level of gross motor skill development, and they have a certain level of fine motor skill development. So, and I think when you have to be defined in practicing in those climates and just being tuned what you're trying to get out of it. I think some of these roles that have been put in place through the CBA, I think they're very healthy. I
right.
think I think you could as a coach, there's some things you like to adjust, but they do give you a teaching progression. And I think like anything that you're trying to do, whether you're teaching footwork, development, or if you're, more spacing and open field movement drills development, to be able to do that in an OTA and then bring it to a heightened, environment that we're in without pads and then go into pads, that's a very good progression to teach off of.
Make the evaluation process a little harder because you don't get to pads until basically the 8th day?
I don't think so. It's systematic. I think anytime you're in a systematic progression of teaching, it gives you the ability to be consistent in your evaluation. So, no, I don't think it makes it harder.
Anybody being held out today, Mike?
Not that I'm aware of, unless something changed.
Hey, this is a good interview, though, by the way, the good press conference. I didn't get a chance to listen to the press conference until now, so y'all bear with me. I figure I listen to it live with you guys, with my family. Y'all like family to me, so if I'm not reading your comments right now, it's because I'm setting up everything for the next video. But I really appreciate each and every last one of you all for tuning in. Y'all like it? I'm building the plane while it's in the air. You guys get the video of Malik Hooker walking in like he just walking in with a cool pace, and on top of that, just look at it. Just look at the cap with the dreads. The dreadlock powers hanging out the back of it, and then he got the sleeves up under the jersey line right there. Yeah, because you don't know whether or not he's cool or he's warm, so he just got the sleeves on regardless. You don't know. He may be like me. I'm allergic to grass, so you guys always see me with long sleeves on, right? So he may be allergic to grass, right? But neither here nor there. He's coming out there to work. Look, just look at him, just coolly, smoothly walking on in there, trying to tell everybody, hey, I'm here now.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
That's what he's doing.
Mike, considering your history and your background, what's it mean, do you think, to see Aaron Rodgers back in Green Bay, whether it's just for this year or a couple more years or whatever it is?
I think it's great. I think it's great for him. I think it's great for the club. I'm very I'm very hopeful Aaron gets to finish his time up there. I mean,
Appreciate you, Miss
so
Jackie.
many great things in his time up there. So I was glad to see, I don't know exactly what's going on, but I was glad to see that it's working out.
You've talked about the improvement at linebacker and the expectations there. How much does the improvement at defensive tackle and what you need there relate to that?
I mean, I think it's like anything, having your players in front of you in any run defense is going to make your job, that much easier. So I think just the size and the length, particularly inside, I'm excited to see the impact that'll make in our run defense. So I'm definitely looking for more production out of the linebacker group because of not only who's playing in front of us, but how we're playing.
Right. You feel like you've made that improvement at tackle with the players you have?
In underwear, we've kicked it out of the park. Yes, we have.
What do you like about Watkins? Sorry, David. What do you like about Watkins, particularly about what he's done?
I tell you what, he's, his video in Houston. Obviously, we were excited about it, but really like the man. I like what he brings to the working place and the classroom. But I tell you what, he moves better than I expected. So I mean, he has. Position flexibility. I think he can bounce all the way out to a 5 technique. So, I mean, I think that says a lot about him, and it gives us the flexibility, particularly as we're talking about getting in and out of these base and sub packages.
You were talking earlier about how the scrambles have gone up from like 4 to 8 from what you charted. Do you think it's just a natural evolution with sophistications of defenses that there will be more unscripted offense going forward? There will be, or will the need to call the play and have more structure always be there and override that?
I mean, I think it's unscripted. I mean, give the coaches a little credit. I mean, they are working on it, but no, I think that's just I think it's a reflection of the quarterbacks in this league. Number one, I think it's a combination of things. I think that the athletic quarterback is the primary. As far as how guys are playing, quarterback's ability to move in and out of the pocket. You're just seeing more players that have that ability. And I'm not probably saying that's the right way. You're just seeing more of it. I think the rules changes definitely are part of it. Because this game, the spacing plays have definitely gone up, and I think it's just part of today's NFL as opposed to 10, 15 years ago.
Good stuff, Mike McCarthy. Yeah, the running quarterback is always a wonderful thing. Shout out to Michael Gelkin on Twitter. He got actually a live footage of Malik doing some drills there. High knee, low back, get those knees up, make them hit that chest, that type of action there. I like seeing that Cowboy Nation, and he's already ingratiating himself with his players and his compatriots there. So that's always a good thing when we look back at it. So shout out to him. You see number 9 out there. You see number 39 out there doing his thing too. So we got some people out there. 31, I'm looking at him, Maurice Kennedy. So it's going to be pretty good, Cowboy Nation. Look at Eastside Harold. Shout out to the Texans. Local resident there, the local troll. Appreciate you, man. We really appreciate you for jumping in. You helped the algorithm out, by the way. So we welcome all trolls here, by the way. Shout out to you, Tiff. Thank you.
Fire. Let's go, Hooker. Blue Heart.
Let's go, Hooker. Appreciate you so much, Tiff, for your love and adulations and also your donations to help elevate this team and help elevate me to bigger and better things. Appreciate you.
Warn the rookies about what tomorrow's gonna be like when the pads come on. Do they have any idea how this changes?
No, I mean we'll have a team meeting today, so we'll definitely talk about our first padded practice. I think it's important to go through what I call it practice ethics. Practice etiquette and the ethics of what go on in a padded practice because. At the end of the day, the extracurricular activity was, it was kind of cool in the 90s, but I'm not cool anymore. So it's a waste of time. And it's, and everything we do, we're on such a clock. It's, our regimentation has actually been very good. I've been pleased with that. The new CBA, the 11-hour work rule and the 12-hour work rule, plays into that. So, yeah, I mean, we want to get our work done. We want it done the right way. But, yeah, I think, some of the things that went on in the past, I don't really have much patience for it.
Do you find the guys, or if there are fights, or what do you do to?
Can't give you everything, Todd. I mean, I feel like I'm just pouring my heart out up here. I mean, my goodness. I'll give you the practice.
Don't give it all the way.
Second.
Yeah.
Last year winter camp, and Dak's contract was one of the things that was hanging over things, divide your attention in the quarterback. We talked just a little bit about what's going on in Green Bay. How nice is it to have a camp where most of the issues are all on the football field? You don't have to worry about those.
I think every coach in this league wants to be all about football, and we all in every team, every organization. I mean, you're going to have challenges. It's just a matter of how many, and I mean, just COVID protocol is we're in a new setup, and so there's always going to be things you have to deal with. I think it's just a product of our sport.
Mike, when you talk about the evolution of scrambling in this league and how much it's gone up, what, if at all, do you look for differently in your offensive linemen when you need them to be able to protect for longer? I
think that's a great point. I mean, the ability to play beyond the 2.3 seconds. I think that.
Appreciate
Feels different this year, Law. It's a different energy from Jerry down. Man, I'm feeling some kind of way about this group. Hashtag DC4L.
Appreciate you so much. Thank you so much. We off the top ropes, man. You and Tiff, and as well as Jay Worthy, man. Y'all sponsoring this thing, and Ashley, I believe you earlier. I thank you guys so much for your love and adulation for the nation. Appreciate you so much. Let's look at Cool Malik walking in, with the.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
Oh. Like I said earlier, don't y'all sleep on LVE. I know it's going to come back. It's going to come back. We're going to be ready for it. We are.
The pass protection is their ability there is heightened. The athletic ability, their training, the championship conditioning is something that we talk a lot about, and that's why we train that way, because if you look at it, some of the biggest plays in the playoff games are usually at the end of the game.
Yeah.
Plays are extended, and that's when we got to be at our best. So, but I think the athletic ability of both lines is a big factor in that.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Y'all see Rich Dalrymple. He come right on in. All right, so I didn't get a chance to listen to Jerry Wayne talk the other day. I didn't listen to the full interview. So this would be on you guys. Would you rather listen to Trayvon Diggs or Jerry Wayne in his interview? Because I didn't hear both of those, and I got both queued up and ready to go. So y'all let me know which one that you guys would rather listen to. Trayvon Diggs or Jerry Wayne Jones. Y'all let me know. Appreciate you guys so much. Trey Day, baby. Let's listen to Trey. Yeah.
I'm just going to ask him straight up and just put it on the record. You versus CD today. Yeah. That was fun.
Yeah, it was real fun. That's my guy. I love competing with him, though.
Can y'all hear that? He talking low.
He's a complete receiver, I think. Like, he know how to do everything. Play on the slide, play outside, quick, fast, great hands. He's a real good wide receiver, in my opinion.
Can you compare and contrast him with the other two top guys here, Amari and Gallup?
I feel like they all had a style of play. Like, they're all different, but they're all good in their way. You get what I'm saying? It's like hard to compare them because they all do different stuff, but they're all elite, I think, So, it's actually kind of good because I get to work on different types of wide receivers. I got different type of wide receivers, so, it's actually good work for me, and I think they're all good in their own way.
Jerry has always talked about osmosis. If you have Sertan or if you have
Can y'all hear that? He kind of low. I can barely hear it. Let me see if I can work something out on my end. This is 105.3 The Fan. Shout out to them. They did the interview with Trayvon Diggs. This is my first time hearing this particular interview as well. So give me a few seconds. Let me try to adjust something as it relates to audio on my end so that I can hear it better. Let me.
Another guy whose dad played, then he believes in that impacting the younger individual. Same thing for you and your brother?
Yeah, I guess you could say that. I feel like.
But how could it not? You practicing around an eventual star receiver.
Yeah, I feel like Yeah, he actually that is kind of right because I get to go against him every day. And he's really good.
Really good. He is pretty good, yeah. Did you grow up in a football? So that's what Jerry's talking about. I'm 8 years old. We're at the breakfast table. We talk about football.
Exactly. Yeah, I did. I've been playing football since I was 4. So we always been playing football. Football season come around. Little league, we playing. I always play with the older guys too. I always was the youngest on my team. Like when we go in for a weigh-in, I'm always the first one in the front line. It go youngest to oldest. I'm always the first one. So I always played up ever since I was young. So I feel like it helped me. I'm gonna do that with my son.
What would have been your second sport?
Basketball.
Yeah.
Basketball. I played basketball a little bit. I didn't really get the hang of it till now.
Till now?
No, that's the best time because now you can see how great you would have been.
Exactly.
Nobody ever has to worry about it.
If I would have stuck to my craft playing basketball, I could have been a pretty good point guard or something.
But this is working out.
Yeah, I love it.
This is working out okay. Sean mentioned Patrick. How much did you want? And again, this is going to work out fine too. Mm-hmm. How much did you want another Bama guy in your room with you?
It would have been lovely. That's like my little bro, so it would have worked out fine. I would have helped him out as much as I can, and it would have been good because we came from the same place, we kind of know the same thing, cut from the same cloth. So
instead, along comes Micah Parsons, and in our impressions of him, certainly on the field, but also a little bit behind the scenes, he's got a combination. Michael Irvin and I were talking about this. He's got charisma, but he's also got some dog in him. So we want to call him Charisma Dog. And you get it, right? Because he fits into some of the things that you do as well.
Yeah, he's fast, he can cover, quick, gets to the ball, got a dog in him, got personality too. So he's a great kid.
Trayvon Diggs here.
Hey, before they get into it, man, this dude look just like his brother, man. Don't he look just like Stephon Diggs, like a taller version of Stephon Diggs there. So we know that he's aggressive. We know that he can play and fight to the ball. I want to know if they're going to ask him about Boss Man Fat, how it is of playing with him on the opposite side or Nation Wright. I can't wait for if they ask him that question there. But it do look just like his brother, like a taller version of his brother.
Charisma Dog, and you get it, right? Because he fits into some of the things that you do as well.
Exactly. Yeah, he's fast, he can cover, quick, gets to the ball, got a dog in him, got personality too. So he's a great kid.
Trayvon Diggs here on the Fan. So fans love you because of two things. Number one, they think you have dog in you, and number two, your ability to recover. You're gonna have plays you give up. But it seems like it doesn't faze you. The ability to forget.
Appreciate you so much.
I appreciate you and what you do for the nation, Blue Heart.
Thank you so much, Jordan. Jordan Carter over here. Appreciate you so much for your love and adulations for the nation.
Short memory.
Yeah. Talk about that a little bit, because that's a life skill.
Yeah. You gotta have short memory. You got to. And you're right. It is a life skill. Like that's not something you just get. Like you gotta have to been having short memory, and I faced a lot of adversity in my life, and it's things that I had to forget about and use to my advantage. And you gotta have a short memory. You gotta keep going, keep pushing forward, and I feel like I can do that well, because I'm gonna come back next play. Like you catch something on me, I'm gonna come back, and I would expect you to do the same to me, and we're gonna push each other to be better, like in practice today. I batted the ball down for CD. He came back, caught a pass, and I was like, oh, I got to get my lick back. It's my turn now. So, just things like that, just competing every day in practice to make you better.
A lot of people named you the day one MVP with the pick and a little bit of the trash talk with Dak. Mm-hmm. What's trash talk with Dak like? Is he one of the top trash talkers out here?
Most definitely. For sure. 100%.
No way.
As soon as he come out of the field, we on y'all today. We on y'all today. And I don't like that too much. So, I'm telling my guys, Dak over there talking trash, we got to step it up. It must be deep balls today. So,
Appreciate the salad.
I like that.
It's interesting how fast things move. Jaylen was talking about this the other day, Leighton Vander Esch, how they're the old guys now in the room. And now you're talking about, he's a nice kid. He's a year younger than you. You're saying, these young guys, we're going to bring them around. Talk about the other cornerbacks that are in your room with you, because there are some guys who would love to follow in your footsteps.
Very, very good listeners, very good players. I like them all. They're really learning every day, just sticking to their craft and just learning and watching. I feel like it's on us, the older guys, to, for their success, to see how we do things, see how we come out here and compete on the field, and it's like a trickle effect is just going to lead off on them.
What do you say to guys like me, and I just got to say it to you straight up since we're here, who think the secondary is just too young in order to be a win now Super Bowl type contender. What do you say to that?
What do you say?
And don't swear at him.
What do you say? What do you say?
That potential, lots of draft picks, but a lot of inexperience.
I feel like everybody's the same. Like, they're human, we human. They bleed, we bleed, and at the end of the day, it's gonna see who's the best. Like, it's your one-on-one. When you win on your one-on-one, no matter how old the person is or how inexperienced it is, you win your one-on-one, you won no matter what. So I feel like we just keep competing every day and keep going at it. Like, all the unexperienced stuff, like that stuff out the window.
Biggest year to.
Oh my goodness, that was a good question. That's a good answer to that question there, Cowboy Nation. I love it. Yes, sir. That is right, Julius. Appreciate you, 90s. Appreciate you, man. BD Gray, shout out to you. And Martin, appreciate you. And Chuck, appreciate you. He gave the analogy. Shout out to you, Jay White. He gave the analogy of what Batman said. I forgot which movie it was, but when he saw Superman for the first time, he was saying, "So tell me, do he bleed?" So he made him bleed basically, and that when Batman knew that he can get him, right? I can get him. Yeah. B Wee, appreciate you. He says, I love the mindset. It's all start with the mentality, and that's where you got to put it at. The mind. It's the mind that matters. That's what people fail to realize. And let me know if I'm right on the movie accuracy. Batman wanted to know, can he make Superman bleed? That's all he wanted.
That answer. I love this mindset.
Yeah. So shout out to you, Jason. Yeah. He says, yeah, appreciate you too.
For you, mentally or physically, was something you wanted to mess with in the off season?
Mentally. I feel like I got all the physical attributes. I can catch, run, cover, I can do anything, but I want to get smarter, so that I feel like that's the main thing I was focused on.
How many games into your NFL experience until you were like, I know I belong, I know I'm not going to get overwhelmed? Was it first year at camp? Was it third game? How long until you're like, okay, I don't have to worry about that, or you knew from the jump?
I would say the first game, probably when I was nervous. And then after that, it was good. It was like, I can do this easy.
You got a full plate out here, but you're also a man of the world. Your thoughts on the Texas OU SEC marriage, or whatever it's going to be?
I feel like the bench should have been in the SEC, honestly. Texas is a big football state, and I feel like they got players. So they should been in the SEC. I want to see how they're going to do.
Forget that story. The story is Nick or Coach because of Deion. Did you follow that story? Deion Sanders. He was
called
the,
Coach Prime.
Shout
out to JSU.
Said, you don't call Coach Saban Nick.
Mm-hmm. And don't call me Deion.
Don't call me Deion. What would Saban do? Do you ever call him Nick ever, or was it always Coach? He just gave you a sideways look. Some reporters call him Nick, but obviously never a player, right?
No. Coach Saban.
The angriest he got at you was for what? Was it a play or just something off the field?
It was a play. Like, in like the fourth quarter, we were up probably like a lot. And you do something dumb. He doesn't like that. So, he just like to keep it going. You could do anything. It'd be 1 second left on the clock. He's going to yell at you. You do something wrong, he's going to yell at you.
He's scary. Can be?
Yeah, he could be a little bit scary.
Have you shot a text message or a phone call to your brother because of all the Cole Beasley stuff in Buffalo? Have you followed it?
No.
Good job. Good answer.
Just the whole story in the NFL.
I don't know. I just feel like, everybody, we doing what we have to do here, and, just focusing on what we have to do, and, coming out here, be able to play, being able to practice. And I feel like that's just the main thing we focus on, just doing what we have to do to, play.
That was a very good PR answer. Was this
nice?
That boy sharp, man. Shout out to Alabama. They teaching them boys media classes over there. You see, they try to corner him with this. They try to hit him with an uppercut with that, and he just dodged. He just dodged that thing. And on top of that, when you think about it, on Diggs' Instagram, you can't tag him. I try to tag him and try to add him into certain things. He's like, nah, you can't. You can't tag me, bro. No tag, bro. You can't tag me. So I like his mindset, man. And then he limit most of his stuff that he posts, so he don't do all of that. Yeah, Bama fan, I see you. Roll Tide, right in the house. What's good with you, man? So, hey, they must got media sessions over there. You know what I'm saying? And, of course, the situation with do you call Nick instead of Coach Nick or Coach Saban? Come on, let's be real. So Prime Time was right. He got up and walked away when the reporter kept on calling him Dion. Look, give the man his props. Dion is now Coach Prime or Coach Dion or Coach Sanders or just Coach. That's just how you got to do it because that is his title. And shout out to JSU. We coming with full force over here. Y'all know how this thing go. I love my Jackson State, oh dear. Y'all see the hat? You know, it's JSU all day, baby. You know, that's one of the greatest HBCUs out there. And shout out to Prime Time for your mind for holding it down over there as well.
This from Joe Trahan over here, PR guy. That was good. That was good. Hey, Dan Quinn. First of all, you get to call him Dan, and second of all, how much of that roll up the sleeves? I'm lovable, but I'll also kick you in the butt. Is working for you and your defense.
It works a lot. I love his play, his coaching style, how he coaches us. He's really like friendly. You know, we can talk to him. You know, he has that like open door personality that you can talk to him. You know, he's gonna coach you and he'll keep us fired up, and I like that a lot.
How much do things change for you schematically going from last year to this year? Does it seem like a big difference, and what are the changes?
It's essentially all football, you know. So, you know, like I came from Alabama, we played many coverages, like almost every cover. So it's not really that difficult, you know, as far as scheme wise. But it is a different scheme, and it's all football at the end of the day.
Is Dak back?
Yeah, Dak's back.
Hey, y'all saw how smooth Diggs was? He didn't answer the other question. Do you call Dan Quinn coach? Yeah. He kept on moving. That brother right there got a future. And if you want to be a politician or anything like that after his career is said and done, hey, he can be one of those guys. Look, that is good over here, Cowboy Nation. Shout out to everybody that's watching right now. Yeah. Ready Red, Law Nation. As somebody said, one of the best bands in the country, the Sonic Boom. Yeah. It's not no sound of dynamite, by the way. Yeah, and when we play that Get Ready, y'all better be ready. Shout out to Michael Campbell. Appreciate you. Let's bury the 2020 defense, and a whole narrative is dead. If you don't drop from the 11th ranked defense in 2019 to the 30th and then to 2020 without the failure of organization first and center, not the player – Jerry Jones, Mike McCarthy destroyed the 2020 defense, not the players, with the hiring of Mike Nolan and changing the defensive scheme without practicing or the player and the strength of confidence. Man, you wrote a whole novel piece there, Michael, and I got a chance to read it even with my hooked on phonics eyes over here. My thing is, Mike, it's a two-way road. Like, Mike Nolan, of course, he tried to introduce a brand new style of flavor and scheme of defense without their players. Look, the most athletic linebacker that we had last season, believe it or not, like Ripley's, was Sean Lee. Let that sink in. And he was long in the tooth. You know, that's a one long tooth. You can't eat apples with him, right? The tooth going to be missing because we knew that he had to go through all of those injuries and he was battling through this. LVE got hurt. Jaylen Smith did the best that he could do, but they had him dropping off in coverage. I saw a play, believe it or not, like Ripley's. I saw Navell Gallimore dropping back in coverage. Dorrance Armstrong dropping back in coverage. You see, he tried to implement a system, a scheme that we didn't have the skill set nor the talent to do such. And on top of that, the heart of the guys was gone. All you got to do is just watch this one game called the Cleveland Browns. If they wanted to, they could have ran 1,000 yards on us. And I'm not even playing with you guys. Because of the mentality, everybody checked out. It was a lot of hero ball. And then on top of that, you had your defensive coordinator way up in the press box. And everybody know that you got to get it out of the mud when you're playing on the defensive side. You want your defensive coordinator being right there in the dirt with you, telling you, looking you in your eyes, hey, you messed up on that play. You need to step up on this play. Hey, don't do it in this situation. So I don't think that Mike Nolan had the skins on the walls or had the cojones to really look at some of the players in the eyes and say, hey, you run it the way I want you to run it, or there's the door. So there was a lot of political football that was going on. You had, for crying out loud, some of the players saying that we don't like the scheme. We want to do the old stuff. Hey, when you the defensive coordinator, you walk in and you demand respect. You come in there with your chest out and tell everybody, hey, it's my way or the highway. I want you to be on this side of the ball regardless. And when this type of situation is there, I want you to come down and field. You don't get out there and say, well, I'm going to give you 30%. Oh, no, I'm going to give you 40%. We can't give you 100% 100% of the time. No. Devon says Cleveland could have scored 60 on us. Yeah, because anybody who played this game, the most demoralizing thing that ever can happen to you is a team running at will. Running at will. They was running at will, averaging 9 or 10 yards a carry. And shout out to the offensive line coach, because he had an axe to grind with the Cowboys. He used to be over here. So he was trying to get it all on us too, you know. But we was too pretty out there that game. But that was the collective of our mindset. Let me know. Let me know if I'm lying, Cowboy Nation. Let me rewind. But shout out to you, Micah Campbell. You had me going into that semi-rant about this defense. But that's a story of a different day. I'm not finna say Mike Nolan was all of the problems. That would be foolish of me to say, but not everybody was bought or sold into what he was trying to implement via Zoom or whatever.
Like, I came from Alabama, we played many coverages, like almost every cover, so it's not really that difficult, you know, as far as scheme-wise, but it is a different scheme, and it's all football at the end of the day.
Is Dak back?
Yeah, Dak's back.
Man, he looked like he had some extra zip out there. He's running around. I don't like when he runs the routes when the other quarterbacks are throwing. So if you could tell McCarthy to stop with that, but he looks like he's back. Trayvon Diggs, awesome start to your career, man. Awesome personality. Thank you for stopping by, and have a good rest of camp.
Thank you.
Hey, that was good, man. Hey, shout out to y'all for telling me to go with the Trayvon Diggs. Y'all got some more time? Let me see, it's 1:53 where I'm at. Y'all got some more time? Y'all want me to keep going? Y'all want me to play something else? I really appreciate you guys for tuning in and being part of this episode, by the way. Thank those who hit that subscribe button and sharing this content. Really appreciate it all the way, man. I really do. All right, so let's see what we got here. Let's go. We got time. Brandon says, hey, we got time. Time, keep going. Appreciate you. All right, so let's see. Let me play this little quick one over here. Shout out to 105.3. I'm just using all of their content, but I want you guys to pretty much go subscribe to their pages and also click in on 105.3, the fan website, which is Odyssey. Do that much, by the way, since we are using some of their content, and I don't want you guys to be sitting here saying that, hey, Law is 105.3 the fan evaluator here. Appreciate you. See, Burleson, appreciate you, man. Thank you so much, man. Yeah, I'm going to hit the plane early in the AM, and I'll be out there in Oxnard. I think, you know, their time frame is different from ours, so I'll have to recoup some of that time back. But, yeah, Fresh Law. Let the AI speak.
Fresh Law. HBO's in full effect.
Oh, yeah. HBO's helping a brother out. I really appreciate all of you guys. Now it's going to be LBO, Law Box Office all day. Babe, appreciate you so much. Let's listen to what they have to say over here.
With your position, do you think you're going to be starting off this season as the starting center? Are you playing around with guard? We know you're willing to do anything to help the team, but where do you think you're going to be lining up?
This is Tyler Biadasz, by the way, or as Jerry Wayne would say, Biadasz. You know, that's what he called him. But this is Tyler Biadasz. We do know that from what I was able to hear from some of the reporters that they put Connor Williams at center. And I'm going to give you guys my thoughts on that and seeing what they're going to talk about with Biadasz.
I mean, definitely my primary position right now is center. I'm a competitor. I'm always competing, and I feel like have a great feel for everything, and obviously that's my goal is to be the starting center and everything like that. But ultimately, like, I want us as a unit to play as good as we can play, and just be the best version of myself and master my craft at.
Oh, let me pause. Let me audible right quick. Y'all know I love defense, by the way. Y'all see Basham? Basham coming around that thing. Hands just everywhere. Watch him. Go again. Yeah. Get around now. Yeah. Oh, buddy. It's going to be crazy, Cowboy Nation. Oh, my goodness. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. This is our backup. I know bags don't hit back, but this is our backup. There was a side-by-side of Basham next to D-Law, and he's bigger than D-Law at this point. This is our backup, Cowboy Nation. I want you guys, I think my film assessment is still out there, and Basham, he got a quick burst, and he can bend too. Look, let me just play this one more time for your mind. Go again. Yeah. Strong hands. Look at that dip right there. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's some good stuff, Cowboy Nation. Let me see what they got over here. Let me see if they got the music. You just watch it. Yeah. Y'all see them hitting it. Let's listen to what they got to say.
Center and just, be the team that we can be at our best version.
Oh, my gosh, Tyler.
Oh, wow.
God, you
read them off of cue cards here?
With Joe Trahan giving you the sheet to give all the nice answers right there. You said you wanted to get on the same page with Dak, and now you feel like you are. What does that mean?
I mean, just you're in sync with each other. Like it's almost like you're reading the defense with the same level of knowledge and chemistry. We go out there and we make calls, and then we like check calls together, and we're usually on the same page. It's like it's like you're talking to each other, but you don't have to look at each other, because obviously he's behind me. It's pretty cool though.
Does Zach make it really easy playing right next to him? To pick things up, to kind of get better every day. Just his ability. I remember when Travis was out a couple years ago. It was almost a seamless transition at times because of how smart Zach is on the O-line and being kind of that captain. Does he make it easy on you?
I mean, he definitely helps out in a perspective of experience and how I would say like teams like play the techniques and what we're going against each week because he's been in the league for so many years. So and that's with like Tyron too and LC and even like Connor Williams. Like they've had a good amount of years under their belt and they've seen a lot of stuff. And going into my second year and even having like 6 games like last year, that definitely helps. But you definitely want more of a perspective about like what they can do off of this or that. So but no, it definitely helps a lot. I'm always learning from him, and he's always giving feedback and always helping out the O-line and everything. So
yeah, I didn't get much out of that, but he gave all PC answers there. Even they got kind of upset at him a little bit. But this seems like one of those situations and moments that we would like to at least get back to this thing right here, Cowboy Nation, as it relates to the Cowboys just probably picking up the phone saying, "Hey, Travis, what's good?" Frederick, man, come on, man. Come on. You want to come back and get this Super Bowl ring? Come on. He's going to the Hall of Fame, but come on, let's have some hardware with it. Come on. We'll slide you in slowly, That's how formidable this team can be. Kind of like in 2018, we was on that run, and then ESPN's on Jason Witten was looking like, man, I leave the team and they probably go all the way. Let me try to force myself back on the Cowboys in 2019. Y'all know how that went, right? That's how that went, right? But it is what it is, man. It's one of those situations and scenarios, Cowboy Nation. What we have here, we got another one. We got another one with Jerry. I haven't heard that one yet, so y'all bear with me. We can listen to that one. It's 2 o'clock where I'm at, so I still got good timing. I got to finish packing, too, so to get ready for this trip. You guys know where I'm going. Shout out to you. Let me do some Q&A, read some of y'all comments here. Shout out to you, Choctaw. Appreciate you. Travis didn't come back. That's sadly this BD Gray. Yeah, he ain't coming back. But it would be nice, you know. But hopefully, and I mean just that, Tyler Biadasz can solidify their role as the center and make things pop for us in that spot. And they should not be talking about bringing in Connor Williams, of all people, to be that center, especially knowing how sometimes he give up that on a bull rush as relates to him playing at guard. Like, that's that power move that he just really not able to anchor in. And he have little issues with it. He got quick feet. Don't get it twisted. He got quick feet, but it's just the problem is with his power moves that he get beat up on. True story, Jay. I didn't look right on the offense. Yeah, appreciate you. So Justin says, what days are you in Oxnard? I'm going to be there for a minute when I get there. It's going to be on the 28th, and I'm going to be there for a minute. And bear with me. Once I get out there, I can calculate the days that I'll be there. But I'll be there for a minute. And hopefully, if you are there, we can all meet up and talk Cowboys. How about that? Connor Williams needs the Power Stone. You ain't lying. That joker there, boy. Let me give you one of these. No. Yeah, he need that Power Stone, Jay Worthy. Yeah, he do. Jay Lombardi, appreciate you. He says Hooker and Wilson is coming soon. Yeah, that situation and scenario always going to be crazy. Let's play the Jerry Wine Jones interview. And then if we have a situation or a scenario of time, we can do pretty much do the call-in section. Okay, let's go. Shout out to 105.3 The Fan again. You know, they're official radio station of the Dallas Cowboys, by the way. So let's
championship this season? Well, this talent, if size, if speed, frankly, if pedigree, all could get there at the same time and be in the same frame of mind and have the same right mentality, yes.
Same time with the right frame of mind, huh? Jerry, you been listening to me?
Who are the players that...
Oh, somebody need to reach out to the Cowboys media party, Jerry, that he be throwing, and let them know it ain't a party. It ain't a party. Ain't no party like a Law Nation party. Y'all need to have me at that media party. You know, they need to have me out there. It's Thursday night, so I'm going to be there Wednesday. So I'm going to try to reach around to some of the media parties out there and say, hey, give me an invite. You know, I got me a 3-piece suit I can put on. I got a blazer. I got some loafs. I got a fresh haircut. You know, let me get out there at the media party. You know, it's going to be a party. Let me be on the ones and twos. Y'all let me know. Y'all reach out to Jerry. Y'all reach out to the DallasCowboys.com and tell them, hey, it ain't no party until Law Nation get there, baby. He got the 2-for-1s over there. Yeah.
I want me some glory hole.
Yeah, let me get out there.
Need to show more than what they've shown in the past, or step up in order to make that a reality. Well, I think let's just say, who are the players that could stay available? Who are the players that could meet their best assessment so far? Who are those that could reach that level? Now, to reach that level, you've got to know what you're doing out there. They might have had an extraordinary level of play in college, but let's assume they knew what they were doing when they were out there in college. At least it sufficed for those times and those conditions. We need them to get to that spot with the Cowboys. That's a lot of ifs, by the way. That's called making or having a championship or a contending team. But this team is very capable. From what I see and believe, we have the coaching that can evaluate how to get each player's best and how to put him in a spot that he recognizes his limitation, and that could be experience. That could be really just your physical limitations. I think we've got a combination here that could produce some results that may approach that kind of level, championship.
Well, and to me, one of those guys, if you're going to have a guy that takes a big jump and can really help this team, it would be Randy Gregory. I love the way that he looks out on the field right now. Can you just talk about the journey with him? Because we hear a lot about how much you care about your players, not just as football players, but as people. And you've kind of been through it to get to this point with Randy Gregory. What has that experience been like to see it hopefully about to pay off?
Well, because
you know, that would have been crazy if Jeff Kavanaugh would have said it in Jerry Wayne Jones' voice to Jerry Jones. Oh, my goodness. That would have been total pandemonium over there. Oh, my goodness. But, ain't no party like a Law Nation party. We'll be live like 95. As Tex says, glory hole. Eastside been converted. Eastside. We know he a closet Cowboy fan. He got his Dak Prescott jersey on right now. Eastside be tight. With the Dak Prescott. I envision Eastside. Hey, man, you need tickets to the game, Eastside. You know, we got some things that we can work out with. You know, you come on down here and we'll take some pictures, man. I got a nice Dak Prescott jersey for you, man. Look, Eastside, I got one for you, man. I got one for you. I got it right here, man. What size you wear, bro? I got a Dak Prescott, man, jersey for you, man. Number 4. You know, I got one for you, man. Just let me know. It's nice, bro. It's nice. This jersey belongs to Eastside. You know, it belongs to you, bro. I'm just gonna hold it up while we talk right now.
Because of a player's sometimes uniqueness, his circumstances, then I end up, during the course of his time with the Cowboys, that's been the case, spending more time with him.
Come on.
Now, I do that, provided in my judgment
my arm got tired.
That he's got some real meat on the bone, so to speak, that he's really, he's all there. Anybody that's ever met and been around Randy Gregory sees his depth. He's a smart guy. He's got challenges. We all do. This one sitting in this chair ain't right. But the point is, the way he has stuck to his continued addressing those challenges. We look for persistence in football. We look for guys that just, if you will, they just don't quit. They just keep coming and they keep trying to take their challenges and deal with them. Boy, he's done that, and he's done it off the field.
Smoke weed
it
every
just
day.
is real nice that he actually, athletically, is a rare athlete. Rare.
Yeah.
And he's got rare mentality to go with it. And he's got the right temperament to do what he does. He's a competitor. You see that. You see it off the field. Our times together have, to couch him in any way as having satisfaction or pleasure would be wrong, because most every time I've ever talked to Randy Gregory, we've had some serious things we're talking about that aren't pleasant. And so we've had a lot of those times. To get to see him step out here right now and be one of the most impactful guys in the first look at these guys moving around and what they're doing, I'd put Randy Gregory right there in the 1 or 2 top impressive guys out here. That's anybody, offense or defense. What's exciting is that, boy, he came in here as a great, as a potential, could develop into a great pass rusher, arguably one of the best one or two in the whole draft that he was in. He sustained his intensity. Now then, he's emboldened. He got emboldened by last year. He'd like to have played more. We'd like for him to play more. But the point is, he took a step in terms of inside, knowing he could do it. Now then, he knows he's special out there. I mean, in a good sense. And he's playing to that level, and he's pushing himself. One of his best days were one of the first 2 or 3 days out here, and boy, he had a bad stomach, and he was having trouble with that all practice, and was taking time off to take care of that. Yet, boy, you'd step out there, and you'd think he just walked out there for the first play against the Giants. So he's fighting through it.
Yeah.
Jerry, I've always wanted to ask you this question. When I was in a draft room with you in 2005, we made a determination, or you did, to draft DeMarcus Ware. And we were struggling with that because it was Parcells was fighting for Sean Merriman. And we made the choice, you made the choice again, really the night before the draft. I always wanted to know, what did you tell Parcells when you took him into Lacewell's office and told him we were going to draft DeMarcus Ware?
Well, first of all, I told him we were going to draft DeMarcus Ware.
Right.
And Bill, if anything, is pragmatic, but he's also very emotional.
Sure.
Facts.
And so we had really, I'd say old Steven took it the most. And but it wasn't awkward because Bill was Bill.
Right.
But let's just say we weren't talking. And so we came back in, and the first thing I did when I sat down, I told him to fill the DeMarcus Ware card out. And Bill's sitting right beside me, and it wasn't awkward because Bill, frankly, is one of the top 1 or 2 people that I've been around in the last 30 years, no matter what the role is. He's great. And so we're sitting there, and I see him take this legal pad, and man, is he carefully writing out a contract-looking document. As a matter of fact, he even put signature lines down. And he put on there, should player not average 10 sacks a year in his first 5 years in the NFL. Mr. Jones agrees that Mr. Parcells and his significant other will get 5 trips a year on his G5. And he put signature lines down there. And so I didn't even look at him. I read it there when he was right beside me, 6 inches from me, and slid it over. I wrote an addendum. I said, Mr. Jones so agrees, provided Mr. Parcells agrees, that should player get more than 12 sacks, the G5 and Mr. Parcells' significant other will go on the trip, but it will be Mr. Jones accompanying them rather than Bill. Something like this.
How was that trip?
The ice.
How was that trip? Because said player did average.
I tell you what, it's the amazing thing about Jerry is I've never seen a general manager get on the phone and get other general managers to admit who they were going to take. And
oh yeah, that's dope right there. Let me do this right quick. Shout out to everybody that's watching. Let's see if we can zoom in on this one. That CeeDee Lamb catching the touchdown at the bottom of the screen there, if you guys can see that. I know you probably had to squint your eyes, but that's Dak to CeeDee. Let me see who he burnt on that one. Is that Reggie? Loving you is easy 'cause you're beautiful. He had no chance. Reggie had no chance. I could see it off the release. Come on, boy. You better line off ball with him. He tried to press CeeDee. You tried to press CeeDee. Y'all see that? He tried to press him. Get off of me. Oh, you got no safety over the top. And CeeDee went to the outside the entire way. Broke it like right there off the release. Ha. You reaching, I'm teaching. What you reaching for? Is that Reggie? Come on. Yeah. So CeeDee Lamb, he's bigger now, and they're going to put him on the outside more. According to what I heard from Kellen Moore, they're going to line him up everywhere, and there's no match right there. It's no match. You should at least force him to the inside, but he took it to the outside, got him on this double move right. Yep, it's over with. And that's TDs. That's touchdowns right there. CD for TD. Reggie, what you reaching for? Look at the separation on that one. I can watch that one all day. Yeah. Yeah, that's touchdown. But let's listen to more of Jerry Wayne Jones. That's a good pass by Dak, too. Right on the money. Dimes.
This goes back to the thing when we did it with the Roy Williams draft.
Oh my God.
He got Frank Gilliam from Minnesota to tell him who he was going to draft, and he got Carl Peterson from Kansas City to tell him who he was going to draft. And I've never been in a draft room where usually they say, we're going offense here, we're going defense. Jerry got them both to it, he's like, guys, let's pick the best trade and let's go.
And so we traded down below them.
There we go.
Because we knew they weren't going to take our guy,
right? And
picked up picks. But we were reading the tea leaves as we made.
I tell you, it was amazing. That was one of the best draft room moves I've ever seen a GM pull off right there.
Well, I'll tell you, those times are best, in my view, accounted for by all you can do is get ready, prepare, and then you've got to see how it comes your way. Yeah. And you've got to play those cards along those lines. And can sometime you make value by having something like that happen? Yes. Yeah. But as sure as you try to just make it go, I'd best say it this way. If that phone ain't ringing, okay, then I'm not answering it, so to speak. What's the old great song, the country music song? If the phone ain't ringing, that's me calling.
That's me calling.
Of course, Jerry Jones here with 105.3 The Fan. How important is it to have fun in those moments like that throughout this journey, and how much fun are you having in the draft days behind the scenes?
Well, I would have never dreamed when I got involved in the NFL that the fun, in this particular case, fun is walking right near death's door and living to tell about it, and then taking a deep breath and talking about it over a beer after it happens. Now, that's the fun part, because it's dicey in the middle of it, and always is. It's no fun if you didn't have some of that diciness. But I would have never dreamed when I decided to buy the Cowboys, I was on record of saying, I'm making a career change. I'm literally going to do, really, for all practical purposes, nothing. I'll manage my affairs, but I'm going to do nothing other than manage the Dallas Cowboys. And I thought, you're going to get cabin fever. You're going to get island fever, because the world I came from was the tradingest, cutthroat, most competitive world you could ever see. And that's the world of the oil and gas business, and the business is that. And I'm telling you right now, you had to have eyes in the back of your head. You had to look around every corner, and then you could get fleeced at the same time. Now, that's where it happens. But you had to also be talking about a positive thing, selling with your left hand, and the phone ringing, you pick up with your right and say, wait just a minute, with your left, and they told you you've hit a dry hole. And then you got to go back with the same positive ring in your voice and talk about the next deal at the same time. Prepares you pretty good. Prepares you pretty good for football. But I never dreamed that the kinds of things that have happened, not only what we do to build a roster, but also from all the other business things, that it would be as challenging and as exciting as it's been for 30 years. Now, it's been so challenging and exciting that I haven't worked in 30 years either. It's just been, I just can't wait to get up. I don't want to go to bed. It's the source of any type of extraordinary enthusiasm you see from me.
We've seen you, Jerry, the last couple of years, though, and even on the podium the other night or other afternoon, show a lot of emotion. You get emotional about things. What brings the emotion to you? Is it like you say, getting up every day and being a part of this and just kind of seeing where it's all going?
Well, I think age probably has something to do with that. I've saw it in my father. I've seen it in other men. So I think there's some of that. I think there's a realization when you look back I was always thinking, boy, my ship's going to come home. I'll keep doing it today. This is rough. This isn't working out, but I'm going to keep shoving because my ship's going to come home. And I had that out looking in front of you. Well, you realize that, the activities that were involved with trying to make that ship come home, that's really where the joy is. That's where it happens. Not there. Most of the time, not the result. Certainly not the financial result. I want to get this real clear right now.
Get it.
I'd lucky enough to have had some money, got some money before I bought the Cowboys. I spent it all, more than anybody ever has. Took a bigger risk. Lamar Hunt got up in front of all the owners and said the biggest risk I've ever seen taken in sports was when Jerry bought the Cowboys. That's the biggest one I've ever seen, Lamar Hunt. And so I gave up the money or the security of the money so that I could be sitting here with you guys today.
He gave up $150 million. $150 million to buy this team, and now this team is worth $7 to $8 billion before a sale. So we all know that money aspect and that risk that he took to get there is just unbelievable. But we ain't having $150 million laying around, Cowboy Nation. And I believe that he said that he would sell this team. And he was just jokingly saying, by the way, for $16 billion. That's a lot of money. We can try to put our coins together, and I don't think we can equate or get to $16 billion to buy the team from Jones family and more. Shout out to Vaj Lombardi. He just texted, and he said he touched down. Just made it. What time you touched down? So he touched down in Oxnard. So let me see if I can text him right quick while you guys are. I'll tell him I'll be there. Give me 1 second. I'll be there in the AM. In the AM, because I don't know what time I'll be there. It's like my itinerary says like 8-ish, in the morning time. But shout out to Vaj Lombardi, man. Y'all be sure to check out his YouTube page and his Instagram and Facebook community and Twitter. And let him know that we can't wait to see his content and his performance out there on the sidelines, where we all going to do like this round table. I think Okoye going to be there. My dog, Big Game James, is already out there. Check out his YouTube page. Big Game James putting in their work action. So we all going to be there. We're going to try to do some things. And also my other dog over there. I got a lot of dogs, man. My dog, Shango, he's going to come out of his shell over there. And we're going to do some reporting. We're going to do some talking. We're going to have some fun time for your mind, Cowboy Nation. Yeah, let me listen to I'm going to finish this interview out. And we're going to roll at a few,
Still felt that way then. The facts are, though, once we got in the shoes, once we got in the traces, then every day, all the way, every day. And so you tried to figure out ways to make the game better, make the game work better. The Cowboys had great visibility.
Ashley came up with a name. Oh, my goodness. I love it. Camp Roundtable. Yeah, that's what we're going to name it, Camp Roundtable. And I guess at this time we will have Big Game James, me, Vaj Lombardi, Okoye if he's there, and we'll bring in, let's say, Jeff Kavanaugh. We'll just scoop up Jeff Kavanaugh, and we'll have a Camp Roundtable. Ashley, appreciate you. I'm going to use that name, Camp Roundtable. Is anybody else doing a Camp Roundtable? I don't want to get I don't want to lose out on giving them the credit for it. But if not, then we're going to roll with Camp Roundtable. Yes, sir. That was Jay Lombardi. Yes, we need a Camp Roundtable. Yeah. It won't be a table, but it'll be a virtual table. It'll just be us talking. Yeah, that's good.
Great promotion. That's one of the reasons, Tex Ram, that they literally have the moniker of America's team. But that's not marketing. They had all of that promotion, all the sports page. They'd have 50 riders on the planes when other clubs didn't have any. And they certainly had stories. But that doesn't bring back home a little juice to go again. You don't have any to go again. You can be the most visible thing there is, but not have any juice to go again. There's no joy in Mudville unless you can go again. You're not your best unless you got both feet up under you financially. And so to have that, which we didn't have in the NFL, and I'm not so sure you had it anyplace in sport, and to have some juice now to work with so that you could go again, that financial viability, that helps get that ball in the end zone too. And so all of the people that help us do that, when we get one of those touchdown passes, I give them a big attaboy.
Attaboy.
A couple of guys that I think a lot of Cowboy fans are anxious to see that we haven't yet. DeMarcus Lawrence. I was watching him working out, not practicing, but working out yesterday, and Amari Cooper. When will we see those guys take the practice field?
Well, I don't know that we should see them take the practice field until we get back to Dallas. If we were playing, then you could have them sooner. But I was asked about Lawrence. I think Lawrence, we ought to wait and see him. He certainly doesn't need to be out there now, and I don't think he'll need to be out there until we get back for that third or fourth preseason game. In our particular case, Cooper, we'll take a good look at that.
So you said a Cooper. So I've gotten some people to hit me up, and this is where you guys got that from, about D-Law as well as Cooper not being able to be out there until back in Dallas, and hopefully I will be back in Dallas to see some of those practices there. My thing is don't get all in a frenzy right here at Cowboy Nation when y'all hear that and y'all sit there and say, oh, man, the sky is falling. No, that field, for one, is not the best of the best out there as far as the field conditionings, right? And then on top of that, Amari Cooper, he's going to be okay. He's going to be okay, Cowboy Nation. So pump the brakes. Don't sit here and cry over spilled milk. He's not practicing, but he's working out individually with the strength and conditioning coach. So that's good.
We don't see the urgency to press him right at this time, and I think it could very well be that we not want him back out there competitively until we hit after Phoenix or after Arizona.
Will we hear anything official about Malik Hooker in the next couple of days, you think?
Well, I think so, of course. As a matter of fact, it's pretty official what you're hearing. He's on campus, and he's can't join because he's got to go through the protocol and do those kinds of things. But we're feel great about having him joining the team.
That's good stuff, man. That was the end of that interview. I'm watching the interception. Shout out to John Machota. This will all be on the page as well. Shout out to him. It looks like a pass that was it a crosser? And yeah, bounces off the hands of 85, and from there, let's see. Yeah, bounces off the hand. Yeah, bounces off the hands of number 85 and number 27. Great play on the ball. So that's two, right? There's two INTs for this camp. There's two of them. That's not bad at all, Cowboy Nation. Not bad at all. I can't see the full picture there, but hopefully it was a situation whereas that was the only spot that you could put the ball, and I'd rather for him to try to squeeze it in there instead of throwing the ball away. And this is Dak Prescott rolling to his right with that throw. Let's see, and that's as big as I can get it until after we chop it up and blow it up in these sorts. So Cowboy Nation, hey, that's a pick. That's another pick from my dog Diggs, and we love it. We love it. I take it one way or another. And shout out to, I believe, Xavier. You the one that told me in the chat that Diggs got him another interception. Xavier, appreciate you so much, man, for that. All right, Cowboy Nation. Let me see what else I got here. Israel almost had one too. I can't wait to get out there, man. Next year, I'm gonna get out there a couple of days sooner instead of the day they put the pads on, so I get some of that action out there. But appreciate you, Michael Campbell. I guess the interception. Dak Prescott is not 80%, nor more. No more go defense. Yeah. So he threw 3 interceptions. So good play on the ball. We looking for those things. We looking for that type of temperaments. We looking for a guy that can make plays on the ball. We've been missing out on that. So Diggs looking like he's not dropping off no way, shape, form, or fashion. And what we've seen so far, the offense on one end was making all of these spectacular plays, right? And then on the other end, the defense was looking like they couldn't do anything. And now you're seeing the defense making plays. I'm talking about the starting defense. Not really big on the third and fourth string defense. It wouldn't be that much of an importance if it was Ben DiNucci throwing an interception, for crying out loud, or was it Jason? Was it Garrett Gilbert? I'm about to say Jason Gilbert, but Garrett Gilbert for throwing the interceptions. So it's more so of, hey, if your first team offense is throwing interceptions and your first team defense is out there, you can get a little bit better grasp of everything. Randy Gregory was covering Tony Pollard. This is from. Let me go back to that play. See, I'm just glossing over this play. Yeah. You can barely see it, man. I probably had to pull it up on my phone. So it looks like, what is it, 707, right? No front five. No front five for the offense. No front four for the defense. So what they did, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, and then Jaylen blitz. Jaylen blitz, the quarterback. Yeah. I mean, it's pretty good. Yeah. Appreciate Restream. Let me know I got 1,000 messages. Appreciate you guys. I would buy one. Yeah. Let's see here. Shout out to you. Did Boss Man Fat? Look at Boss Man Fat. Okay. I'm gonna dissect the play. I'm gonna break it down the best way I can possibly. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. I gotta continue to finish setting up to get ready to get out to Oxnard. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to 105.3 The Fan. Shout out to those who gave the stars. I really appreciate you guys. Appreciate those who donated to help elevate the nation. I really appreciate each and every last one of you all. I really do thank you all from everywhere of the nation, man. Fix That Field. This is from Jordan Carter. Billion-dollar organization, they do need to fix that field. Even if they have to put that fake stuff out there, and that way at least you'll minimize injuries. You want to get the maximum possibility of your player skill set out there in good weather. You don't want to have them worrying about the field, right? So they're going to have to fix that, Jerry. You're going to have to fix that because it's all good right now until somebody lay down and can't get back up. Y'all know how this thing go, Cowboy Nation. But if you listen to all the way to this point, I really appreciate you. But can you do me a huge favor to help the algorithm out? Just to help the algorithm out, hit that like button, share this content, and subscribe. Hit that like button. Appreciate you guys. Really do. They say a prize fighter, even when he's going down, he continues to swing. Unless he's Nate Robinson, right? But neither here nor there. You got to continue to fight. That's what I'm wanting to tell you guys. Got to continue to figure out ways to put your mind in the right groove. I always tell people, when the end comes for me, let it find me conquering a new mountain, not sliding down an old one. And when you're up against the struggles, meet it squarely face to face. Lift your chin, set your shoulders, plant your feet, and take a brace. When it's vain to try to dodge it, do the best that you can do. You may fall, you may conquer. See that thing through, Cowboy Nation. Tell me not and mourn for numbers. Life is but an empty dream, for a soul is dead that slumbers, and things are not what they seem. Life is real, and life is earnest, and the grave is not his goal. Dust I are, to dust returneth, was not even spoken of the soul. In his broad fields of battle and bivouacs of life, be not like a dumb-driven cattle, but be a hero in the strife. Lives of great men all remind us, we can live our lives sublime and departing, leave behind us footprints on the mighty sands of time. Cowboy Nation, write this down. When you're up against the struggles, you still meet it squarely face to face. But if you want a thing bad enough to go out there and fight for it, to work day and night for it, to give up your time and your peace and your sleep for it, if all of your desires of it makes you quite mad enough that you don't get tired of it, and it makes you hold all other things tawdry and cheap for it, if life itself seems empty and useless without it, and all that you scheme and dream is about it, if you'll gladly go out there and sweat for it and fret for it and plan for it and lose all terror of God or man for it, if you would just simply go after the thing you want, if dogged and grim and besieged and beset it with the help of Almighty Cowboy Nation, guess what? You will get it. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing, and I mean absolutely nothing but the best. Go Malik Hooker.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? This is Sparta!
Come on, with my fire, baby! Oh, it's crazy. Yeah.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
Come on. Let's go, Cowboy Nation. I can't wait to get out there. Let's get this thing going the best way possible. Yes. Yeah. Come on. I'm too crunk to stop right now. Let me chill out just a little bit. Eastside, I got your jersey. I got your jersey. I got your jersey. Let's go. Yeah. That's the Eastside jersey right there, Cowboy Nation. You know he loved the Cowboys. Let's go, baby. Tell him. Nowadays, really John Deal. Sally Lawyer. Appreciate you with the 100 stars. Let's go.
Hit the door and the dome and just whole team here might need some. Still young, but I move like a new.
Appreciate you.
If you're down
she dropped by 5,000 stars over there. I appreciate you. Let's go.
Different colors in my baggy light.
Matlock, I see you. Come on.
You tough enough. Wanna get you tough enough. Come on. Run it up. I used to be quiet and out of luck. Now I move up and move humble cause the hate and the jealousy. My mama telling me count up your blessings and run it up. Nowadays nothing really excites me.
That was easy.
Nobody like me. Phone ringing and I tell him it's I got wifey on
Micah Campbell. Appreciate you. Jay Worthy. Let's go.
Keep giving game away.
Yeah.
I put game on layaway.
Law.
I got paid to play today.
Nation.
I get paid to stay away. I get paid on rainy days. I might make it rain today. I got paid off pay
Appreciate
today.
you, lady.
Thought it'd take the pain away. In my own lane, finger roll. I would never sell my only soul. Heard your whole team was for sale. Heard it's on the market for the low. Who the realest, we might never know.
Jay
All this
Miller.
acting, you gon'
Let's
play a
go.
role.
Mitch,
Give you
I
the
see you,
world when they
fam.
sign you up. Dry you out
Let
and
me
then
tell
line
'em.
you up.
Oh.
Now you're looking hungry, ribs are touching, need some food. Now you're
Shout out
all
to
on
Z.
live acting surprised, but you was fooled. Boy, get out the way, it's been a day, now you're old news.
DC for
Now
life.
you got the pen and pad, you're trying to take my moves. Nowadays, nothing really excites me. Only one of me and nobody's like me. Phone ringing and I tell him it's I got wifey on bling and she free.
Pour the drinks up, baby. Jay Miller.
No,
Nicholas, let's go.
no photos. Nowadays, nothing really excites me. Only one of me and nobody's like me. Phone ringing and I tell him it's I got I ran up a check, I might do it again.
Do it again, Sean Weber. Let's go.
Down, I'll be free until the end. Crib outside the city,
Nate,
I don't feel safe in my
see you,
hands.
bro.
Took so many years, I've been waiting for the wins. I'm in debt to no one but the one who took my sins. I do it for real, there's no reason to pretend. If I do it once, I do it again. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this real talk.
Everything is on me, or you matter what.
If you have not shared this content on Facebook,
add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me, or you matter what. Told her if it's all me, everything is on me, gon' back it up.
if you have not liked this content so far,
Why you hating on me? It's not adding up. I do roll like a Mack truck. I might cop a farm and go act up. Lot of scars, I was cold hearted, now I'm back up. Keep it real.
If you have not subscribed to the Nation,
I just take the money and go stack up. Only buying Carhartt cards to get tatted up. All that other bull, it don't matter much. You only climb me, I put the ladders up. No fault, I done doubled up on the workload.
I see
fell in love with the bankroll.
200 stars from Sally. Appreciate you. And Tiffany coming right in off the top row.
Add it up. I'm just doing me. Everything is on me.
Let's go.
Add it up.
If you don't like what these guys are doing out here helping supporting the nation, let's go. Appreciate you, Larry, Alexander, the Great. Appreciate you, Maurice Matthews. Appreciate you. Come on.
Told her if it's all me, everything is on me.
It's all the haters.
Matter what. Told you I'ma do me. Why you hating on me? It's not adding up.
Get out of here. We out, baby. Yeah, come on. Y'all groove out to the Nation. Yes, without hesitations or deviations or situations. Don't play PlayStations over here unless it's the PS5. Keeping it live like 95. We got 5 of them. Let's go get 6 Super Bowl rings, baby. Come on, y'all jamming out to the Nation. Let's roll. Not a tight one, but you guys know what I'm talking about. Yeah. When the world spins. Yeah, come on. Iceberg Q. Notre Dame fan in the house. Michael Campbell. Don't let the street light hit y'all. You know it's dangerous. Pete Prescott in the house. Shout out to Follow You. I can't wait to see Austin Follow You out here too. Appreciate the Follow You family. Tiffany said, and remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Let's go, John Deere. Yeah.
7 more and another one.
And another one.
And another one. Fighting you was the one I lost. 7 wonders all in one. All in one. Don't let the street lights hit you all alone.
Don't let it hit you.
You know it's dangerous to go alone.
Come on, Nation.
Don't let the street lights hit you.
17 and 0 polio. Appreciate you.
I'll follow wherever you go, whatever you do. Play it too.
Play the tune. Let's go.
If a paper crane can fly, then forever doesn't feel that far. So far, so far. If a paper crane can fly, then forever doesn't feel that far. So far, so far. If a paper crane can fly, fly on, fly on, fly on, fly on, fly on.
entertained? Are you not entertained?
You have to be your biggest fan. And when things are really tough and they're really rough and nothing's working, but there's something inside of you that says, I just have to follow that. Because you don't know who
Let's go. We out.
Because you don't know who you're going to meet.
Don't know who you're going to meet. Let's go. Until next time.